na Waafrika wameshamuona na uwezo. Hata nyinyi hata nyinyi ndio muonyeshe, basi hata sisi tuko tayari. Lakini kikiwa mnasikia tu, lakini hamsemi chochote, wala hata kwenu hata hamtaji.
Yesterday was Kalonzo Musyoka's birthday, but what he served Kenyans wasn't cake, it was politics, heavy politics.
So I'm asking our brothers in ODM, the progressive arm of ODM, led by people like Sifuna, Osotsi, our little girl Winnie, Babu Owino, Mama Ida herself, the leader, Dr. Oburu, please remember your first love. Remember that. Just do some introspection every night you go to bed. And join us in this united opposition to complete the task in memory of Raila Amolo Odinga.
Instead of celebrating quietly, Kalonzo used his birthday to send a loud message to ODM, to the opposition, and to the country. He called for a united opposition, warning that fragmentation is the opposition's biggest weakness. According to Kalonzo, division isn't accidental, it's convenient.
Nobody is against making Kenya a first world country. And let me tell you how we make this country. Those who are saying what has he done in 40 years, by the way, I must tell them, 28 years, yes, straight, as a member of parliament for Kitui North, member of parliament for Mwingi North, and then of course I went in as deputy assistant minister, deputy president, minister in several of those ministries. A lot of people find it difficult to put down my CV. Paloma has tried. I keep on correcting her every sentence. Within 28 years, William Ruto has been deputy president, leave alone being MP, for 10 years as deputy president. I did only one term under Kibaki. All right? And he's already done another 3 years. And when he was deputy president, it was when he was putting brakes, like Philip Kaloki has just reminded us about that road from Kibwezi. By the way, Professor, that road was supposed to move from Kibwezi to Mutomo, to Kitui, to Mwingi, right? To Mwingi Kanduya, to Sekuru, with a portion of it cutting across to Gatunga and Maua, linking up Isiolo. That's an important artery. That's what Ruto has been playing around with. And now coming to the region to say, I'm doing this road from here, I'm doing this road from here. The same project, the same contractor, Sinohydro, the same that we launched. And they refused to pay Sinohydro. That is why there was stoppage between Kitui and Mwingi, the 17 kilometers, which got Mheshimiwa CNN confused. All right? And he had to go beg, because he was told, if you impeach Gachagua, I'll do your 17 kilometers. That is part of the same road.
Kalonzo's appeal to ODM wasn't subtle. He wants cooperation, coordination, and a single political front. His argument, a divided opposition, guarantees one thing: Ruto stays comfortable. Unity, he says, is no longer optional. It's survival.
William Ruto has been deputy president, leave alone being MP, for 10 years as deputy president. I did only one term under Kibaki. All right? And he's already done another 3 years.
Then came the response to President William Ruto. Ruto has accused Kalonzo of spending over 40 years in politics with nothing to show for it, especially in his home region. Kalonzo pushed back hard. He reminded Kenyans that leadership isn't measured by roadside projects alone. It's diplomacy, stability, institution building. And yes, he's been in government, but not at the center of power, never fully in control.
Leave alone the DRC. In Kitui, you have huge deposits of copper, and the prices of copper have been going up. If we got this copper and it is quoted in reputable stock exchanges, that will be enough to clear our country's external debt. I hope you hear what I've said. So when Ruto says we have no agenda, this is how we want to make this country great. We will not follow other examples, because those are Asian tigers. Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore is in that category. In Malaysia, the dominant communities are the Chinese and the indigenous Malays. That trade continues to the Orient countries, including China. So we have to get our own act together as Africa. East African Community Service collapsing under the chairmanship of William Ruto. He's supposed to have handed over the chairmanship to Mama Suluhu. Mama Suluhu itself is having stress. We are living in a stressed environment. So William Ruto should stop misleading Kenyans to a dream world which is not real. Without an important cornerstone, which is peace, Kenyans living peaceably. After 3 years in power, people in his backyard are getting killed in the boundary between Narok and Bomet. We have witnessed an alarming erosion of our democratic institutions.
And this is where history gets uncomfortable. A clip resurfaces. The late President Mwai Kibaki, standing beside his vice president, Kalonzo Musyoka. Kibaki openly endorses Kalonzo as a future president. Not speculation, not rumor, a direct statement. So the question becomes, if Kibaki saw it, why hasn't it happened?
Lakini popote, wakati wowote ambao mna kazi ambayo mnataka kuuliza Mwai Kibaki, nimeshafanya muda huu wote na nimeendelea na ninaendelea mpaka karibu wa mwisho wa mwaka, alafu basi si mtafanya kazi ingine nyinyi? Kwani mtakuwa mkifanya nini? Si muendelee kutoka hapo, alafu mtakuwa mnasema masemo tu ovyo. Hapana. Kazi haiwezi kufanywa isipokuwa wenyewe. Na kazi hii wenyewe ni nyinyi. Na nyinyi ni kwamba kama mna mtu ambaye ana uwezo, na Waafrika wameshamuona ana uwezo, hata nyinyi, hata nyinyi ndio muonyeshe, basi hata sisi tuko tayari. Lakini kikiwa mnasikia tu lakini hamsemi chochote, wala hata kwenu hata hamtaji, itakuwa kazi bure. Lakini tunataka wenyewe muhusike na mambo hayo. Msiwache tu kwa sababu mtakuwa huko na mtakuwa sawa sawa.
I want to thank you for the kind remarks you made about some of us, Your Excellency, na kuambia wananchi wa Kenya tusiwe na wasiwasi.
Then comes the other Kenya. A citizen on camera says it plainly. Kalonzo can never be president. No sugarcoating, no diplomacy. This view isn't rare. Some see Kalonzo as experienced but unlucky. Others see him as cautious. Too cautious, always close to power, never holding it.
Nimfunze kidogo. Free primary education was brought by President Kibaki between the first tenure, 2003 and 2007. Kalonzo became a vice president of Kibaki between 2008, listen, between 2008 and 2013. So Kalonzo coming in as a vice president, and in fact, I listened to Kalonzo when he was being interviewed. Kalonzo said he was never appointed, but he got that position through negotiations. It means when he was getting to power, he brought his interest on the table. And his interest was to ensure that a group of people of these Kenyans are helped. And I also heard Kalonzo Musyoka saying that when he was the vice president in the year 2011, there's this road that Ruto is really castigating Kalonzo not to have built. That he launched that road in 2011. And by the time he was leaving power in 2013, that road had not begun being made. So it means at that point he failed. Kalonzo as a vice president and minister for home affairs, there's nothing we can show. Kalonzo as a minister of education, there is no policy that Kalonzo brought to this country that could take education to the next level. Number 3, Kalonzo as a minister of foreign affairs. You know, when you're talking about matters foreign affairs, this one is somebody who must talk about foreign policy. You must go to the outside world. You must go to outside countries and talk about your country positively so that the foreign countries can also see the importance of participating and helping your country as different capacities. But at the point when Kalonzo was a minister of foreign affairs, that is when Kenya failed in terms of foreign policy. So it means Kalonzo failed. Professionally, Kalonzo is a lawyer by profession. If Kalonzo is a lawyer, we have courts there. There is no policy that Kalonzo has brought in the courts that can ensure the people of this country have trust with our judiciary. When Kalonzo was asked in this country, kama Kalonzo aliulizwa kuwa anataka kuwa president wa nchi hii. When Kalonzo was asked that, what are you going to do to our people? What are you going to do for Kenyans? As I conclude, Bwana Speaker, and you just me 1 minute. Thank you. When Kalonzo was asked as a candidate who want to become the president of this country, and Kalonzo was asked, what are you going to do for Kenyans? I remember categorically, Kalonzo said that I'm not going to promise Kenyans anything. When I get power, I'll do for you what I think then. It means that this is one individual who doesn't want to take responsibility. A good leader is one person who can tell his people, when you give me power, this is what I'm going to give you. In conclusion, as I conclude, if you look at this cabal of leaders that are calling themselves the united opposition, Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Matiang'i, for example. These are people who have been in power. If you ask them one single thing they've done to Kenyans, they cannot even tell you one thing. What they're only selling to Kenyans is hate, tribalism, and shares and self-interest, minus thinking where Kenya is supposed to go to. Finally, we must go to Singapore and we must support Dr. William Ruto.
So here we are, endorsed by a former president, trusted as vice president, still relevant, still respected, yet still questioned. As Kalonzo turns a year older, Kenya must ask, is he finally ready to take the risk he has avoided for decades? Or will history remember him as the ultimate nearly man of Kenyan politics? Before you go, if you enjoy sharp political analysis like this, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next breakdown. Your support keeps these conversations going.